Hey everyone, I'm Garrett Kinsman. Thanks for having me. Can you hear me okay? Great. Well, thanks everyone for joining. We're very excited to share with you what we're working on and excited in general to be part of the Polkadot ecosystem because a lot of cool stuff is happening here. And yeah, hello.
Hey, Garrett. Yeah, sorry, I just had to refresh. But thank you for being here and walking us through Nodle and your presentation today. And I guess I'll save my last piece for at the end of the talk. But thank you for being here, and we're really looking forward to your presentation.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm happy to take questions at the end as well if we have time. So what we're doing is we're connecting reality. Things are getting really interesting now with AI generated media and just what's happening in general. That reality is beginning to get kind of blurry. So what we have is that AI generated media is really degrading the value of original content. So this is a picture here of a base jumper that was totally generated with AI in Midjourney, just kind of having fun. And we're really starting to see the power of this impact life and impact civilization. I mean, we don't really know what's real or what's fake anymore. And so there's a value now to verify the world and be able to bridge the digital world with the physical world. And that's really what blockchain and Web3 is perfect for. So what we're doing at Nodle is we're leveraging a swarm of smartphones, the powerful supercomputers that you have in your pockets, to capture and to verify reality. And we make that programmable. So we have something called a simple smart mission, which describes how the phone should interact with the world around it, and then users opt in and work together to perform these actions. And so historically, the nodal network was leveraging location and Bluetooth. So using the Bluetooth to crowdsource the location of assets. So looking for Bluetooth devices. And now what we're doing now is opening up the camera so that users can say, go to a specific area, take a photo, and prove that something exists within reality. And we think this is really exciting. So verifiable media NFTs allow us to show that this image is original and hasn't been manipulated. We think this is one of the most powerful use cases for Web3, is that proving that something happened, and when we go back in history, we can look and say, hey, this content, this piece of information was real. And so one thing that we launched on our chain, our parachain, is the idea that anybody can go and mint a photo NFT. So if you download the Nodle app today, in just a few clicks, you can mint an NFT. You don't have to understand anything about crypto. And then now you have that photo saved forever. And we think there's a lot of use cases for this just beyond consumer. So this is a photo NFT. It allows you to take your most important memories to save them forever, but also to protect that content, to verify that content that it's yours. And here's an example of a photo NFT. And it's really cool because it's like a digital negative. It's original. You can prove that there's only one, and it kind of harkens back to the days of film where you had a really intimate relationship with the media and with the content. And we lost that with digital cameras. So this is something that we think is a lot of fun, and it's even more interesting when this content can become programmable. The content can move, but you can interact with it. You can touch it. You can interact with the photographer because you know who it is. You can even interact with the camera maker because that information is stored in the metadata. And we don't really know what this quite means yet for content. So part of this journey, we've partnered with Adobe's Content Authenticity Initiative. So this is a group set up many years ago by Adobe to standardize credentials within imaging. And we just joined part of this to support this in our photo NFTs. And what this means is that when you take a photo, the camera is actually signing the image. And there's immutable metadata put in that image. What we do is we then write that information on IPFS because today you're trusting Adobe that these certificates are valid. We push this content onto IPFS and then mint an NFT of this image so that we can have a full chain of verification all the way back to the original content. This is cool because if the photo is altered or edited, you'll be able to see that. You'll be able to know because the signatures won't match up. And this standard is beginning to be supported on all kinds of newspaper articles like the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, and we're going to be one of the first to support writing this as an NFT. What's even cooler is a lot of big brands are supporting this in camera. So Leica, Canon, Nikon have all announced that they're supporting this attestation standard. So our goal is to just be able to drag an image from a Leica into our platform, mint it as an NFT, and retain that original signature. It's kind of like a digital negative that you're minting as an NFT. And we just want to make it as easy as drag and drop. Very, very easy. So this is cool. There's a lot of consumer use cases for photo NFTs, but we believe right now the enterprise use cases can be very interesting because that's the name of the game these days, is generating revenues. How do we bring real world enterprise applications on chain? And with this, we have a lot of use cases that we're pretty excited about, where the phone is kind of like that magic looking glass where you're connecting and you're verifying reality. You're verifying that what's in front of you is real. And this is essential for a lot of locations. So one is proving that an image happened where it said it happened. Another is helping companies map the world. So smartphones have really powerful cameras and sensors and even LiDAR. And there's a lot of companies that need updated mapping data in real time. If you live here in San Francisco, you see all these funny self-driving cars running into traffic and causing a havoc. And in reality, Google and these companies spend billions of dollars not to improve mobility, but to get data. It's all a mapping play. And we believe a smartphone is much better at capturing data than a billion-dollar self-driving car because it's in your hands, you have a user, there's an intimate relationship, and people can go where cars can't. So this is something that's pretty fun. And it's our goal someday. We'd love to be able to help contribute to maps with this types of smart missions where users are encouraged to go out and take a photo of something and have that something create value. And we can also use these things to verify really simple things like when you deliver a package, that package has been delivered and it's in the right place. So there's a lot of different use cases here. One thing that we're really, really excited about is gamifying this experience. So we're beginning to test, and we've been talking a lot about smart missions. In reality, a lot of work has been going on in the back end to build out these smart missions. And what happens is that we've split up the world into a bunch of hexagonal tiles. And within these hexagonal tiles, we can have missions. And an example is somebody tracking gas prices needs to be able to capture data about what's happening at the pump. So they create a smart mission. This would pop up on the map, and then a user would earn cryptocurrency by going up to that gas station, snapping a photo. We would use AI to pull the data out of that photo, and then we send that data to the creator of the mission. In this case, somebody tracking gas prices. And this can be done for all kinds of things. We've had discussions with people wanting to find EV charging stations. What type of connectors are they working? Prices in supermarkets. This is also something really cool, and we can leverage again the power of the smartphone to do really incredible things. Most smartphones today have very powerful AI engines built into them, and we can leverage that combined with the cloud to really, really do some interesting stuff, things that have never been done before. Things that you can only do with a crowd of smartphones that you can't run on a server because they don't touch reality. So again, how that works is a phone would capture the data, we'd process that data with AI, and then deliver that to the customer via an API. And a smart mission would describe the key elements of this flow. And we're in discussion now with brands, market researchers, even hedge funds to see what types of data is really valuable in the world around us that needs to be updated every single day and is very hard to get. And we think that this is kind of the sweet spot for smart missions. So we also have some descriptions. You can take a screenshot and see how it works. And that's really it. This is what we're doing with Nodle Smart Missions, and we hope to launch some tests soon. You can certainly download the Nodle app today and try it out and give us your feedback. We love hearing your ideas and your feedback. And we think that this can really shift the relationship of what it means to be to have data on chain, because we can use these phones and we can use the power of incentivization and the power that we can reward somebody with a very tiny amount to go out and capture information that just isn't accessible to people today. So thank you for listening, and I'm happy to take any questions that you guys have.
Well, Garrett, no one has posted any questions, but I think the general sentiment is that everybody is really excited and finds this tech, really interesting. Like what you guys are doing is a novel use case. I was kind of, it seems somewhat similar on my helium miner. Like I have a couple helium miners, and as soon as I saw the hexagonal tags and stuff like that, I thought it was really interesting how this is much more mobile, right? Like using your smartphone in such a way that you can capture data and even it just kind of speaks to the greater use cases of NFTs and the things that we're going to continue to see as we merge deeper into the future with a lot of this blockchain tech. So really cool stuff that you're building, and a lot of people. Oh wait, we do have a question from Barney.
Yeah.
How do you envision Nodle or the Nodle token integrating into token economy?
So the Nodle crypto is what powers these smart missions. So you have to essentially lock some Nodle when you create a smart mission. And when that mission is then executed, if the data is okay, and this can be defined within the contract, then the reward goes back to the user. So it really powers the heart of the smart missions. And yeah, we think it's pretty interesting. If you look at what some other competitors you mentioned are doing, they're really focused on the network, and that's kind of where we started a long time ago, was just get data from A to B. But the value in these networks is the context. And we realize that a smartphone can do so much more than just capture a Bluetooth signal and send it. It can capture a camera. You've got 4 cameras on this phone. You can capture LiDAR, 3D point clouds. This is used to be super expensive to capture this type of data. And so we're just at the beginning, focusing on images and Bluetooth to build out use cases and what can be done there. But it's just a start, and there's a lot of interest. We're generating revenues now. We have an insurance company that's using our network to track stolen vehicles in France, and we start to have more people asking us, hey, what else can we find on this network? That's either Bluetooth or maybe in the real world, like a billboard or a price of gas. And we want to make that all programmable and then open to the community to build missions on top of. So we appreciate the good questions in the comments.
Well, thank you so much for being here and taking the time to be with us, Garrett. It's been a wonderful day across the entire conversations that we've had, all these talks. And so I guess would close the day by just giving a shout out once again to all of the sponsors who are instrumental in bringing this here, including Equilibrium DeFi. Those of you who did ask questions will be eligible to win some EQ tokens. So all of our event partners you can see here. Please check them out if you haven't done anything or haven't jumped into some of these Discords. Lucky Friday, we do have a Discord, but it doesn't really get used all that much. So Equilibrium, of course, Parity, Talisman. Don't forget about that Check Your Stake Talisman feature that was released. And then, of course, for Lucky Friday, in addition to providing enterprise-grade infrastructure that's run in SOC 2 data centers, we also have RPC nodes if you guys are interested, any of the parachain teams out there. And then, of course, we will be launching TeddyDAO very, very soon. And speaking of NFTs, once again, it's the ability to choose a charity of your choice or a Just Giving partner. And then that way you can actually go ahead and donate to the charity of your choice and then get a bear and become part of the DAO. So the easy thing to do if you want to keep up with us is please just follow the Twitter handle at TeddyDAO NFT. You can also, there's a pinned Medium article right at the top that includes our Discord link. Hop into the server, join us, become a future Teddy. We should be launching probably in a couple of weeks. And really thankful for everybody who showed up here today and I wanted to also give a special thank you to Amber Marie and Agile for allowing me to become the MC today, despite my head cold. I hope I sounded okay to everybody, but really looking forward to all the things that are happening in the Polkadot ecosystem. And we have a very bright future ahead of us. Thank you so much for being here today, everyone. Take care.